Deal Harbour doesn't comment at the fact that the street actor runs. And I don't even know if I'm in shot there, but hello! Let's get everything underway. Oh, gee, I hope that was a random tune my brain decided to put into my head then. Because if not... Oh, there we are. Apparently I'm live. Did you guys know that? I'm talking gibberish here. It could be from watching. I am in shock. Oh, wow. Thank God, my hat. God, not hat. What did that happen? Yeah. Oh. There we go. Ultimate coolness. Ultimate coolness. I'll wait to see what it looks like. Oh, I know, right? I know. Just one person watching it. Oh, wow. Oh, just because, there we are. How about that as well? You see, there he is, Steel Harbour. I hope he appreciates everything's the right way around. Right way around, I am pointed out. How are you? Welcome. The little Bavarian loco is actually out of focus, but you can't have everything, I'm afraid. See my soup can, that's all, so you do that automatically. It's called my arm reaching out and doing it each time. Is the sound working? Yeah, I'll go check that now. How are you? Cool, my arm. It is. I am not well. That's all can I say. But yeah, despite recovering. So that's not exactly how it works, but you know. How about you? How are you? The key thing to do is to stop it before it gets in the phone. How much are we putting on? How much are we putting on? It going off the end before them tonight? What's the loco shuffling? Itself. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Didn't see that. That, my dear fellow, is a Bavarian Royal Bavarian State Railway DB2 04 plus 40 tank in its Royal Bavarian State Railway livery. I think we do so many of those and they'll stop for a bit because it's just going to get really boring. I mean, like, keep reaching out all the time and lunging for the camera. It is a man express. Except this one is a fixed chassis. The model has a fixed chassis. Or layer. It's mine. It it's going to sunk and not move. And just because I pointed out you got a solid chassis. I mean, come on. But how much more Continental do you want? You know, we got German HO running back and down in front of you, and two Japanese codes going around next to you. Anyway, how's how you were? How are you? It's definitely talking to us, but it's got no fashion. It's got no articulation. Colour's perfectly fine anyway. Wheels are very tame. Very fast, isn't it? Good went shopping earlier, brought a sec OSCC ballast wagon and a point and a system. Very cool. Very cool. SEC ballast wagon, was that one of the repeated ones, or have you been shopping at Oak Hill Works? Alright, we're going to stop the Bavarian motor for a bit. Alright. Because bear in mind, Oak Hill has got some SECR wagons on there as well. And I found that the... blimey. One of the opens has got rounded tops to it. That works really nicely on the dapole wheels that I nicked out of the container flat. So yeah, there you are. It's like that for a box iron, which is about 10, 15 just go away the wheel. Very cool. Very, very cool. So yes, that's our Bavarian engine. On the outside, on the Engage, we have two frames, one in each. Two swings, eh? Two the swings. But this one is a DD54, putting a short freight. This is an Nara line freight set that Kato made. The DD54 is Tomics. DD54 was designed in conjunction with the Germans. The Vonic M2 they actually did just properly work on together. It is part by a made-up engine. So loud that one is said to have caused go into labour early. Generally break down all over the place anyway. Frequently seen being rescued by C-57 Pacific steam engines, which they were meant to be replaced by, or be replacing. And there is only one left in preservation, and really amusingly, as if to really sort of say, don't even think about it, it's concreted in place. Now, the concrete's not actually touching the engine, but basically, it's on a piece of track. There's a concrete slab either side of the platform, so you walk on the side, look at it. And there's a piece at each end as well, so you can't get it out without slapping the concrete. So yeah. But DD54. And as far as I'm aware, by the way, the early born baby and mother were fine, as far as I'm aware. On the inner line is the E353. This is a basically what's it, passenger train. It's a modern, it's Era 6. Looking at Era 4 for the DD54. Yeah, Era 6 for the Era 6, bang up to date. Actually, Tragedy, I think, that one. But it's not the full train. I think the full train's actually longer than that. But this is a starter set train. It came with the track and controller, in fact, one of those two controllers. And yeah, basically, I managed to break it. Some fluff got, when I was running them on the table, some fluff, that's the way it came from. So we managed to get stuff in the mechanism. As I was trying to work it out, I managed to break one of the little shafts, drive shafts in the motor. And and on about what to do with it, tried to fix it several times. In the end, over 2 years later, around Christmas time, just gone, I purchased a £12 chassis, complete chassis replacement, brand new, and it's now running again. Safe for £12 chassis. 15 including postage. But yeah. So it's run a lot that way, so it's going to do a lot of range that way for it. Just so it's nicely bedded in. But it's actually, I think it's quieter than the original chassis that was in this. But once it's run that way for a bit, we will actually take it off, and I have another train already set up in the siding to bring on, which is a steam engine, so we will have another steam engine tonight. But after that, we do have steam, diesel and electric today. That's it, that's basically a lot. Over to you folks. What do you want to talk about? I do have a car phone in its way. But also, I can't really do much about that to get here. Yeah. It's my first item of 3-rail stock. And that's actually why I was rather pleased to see that the let's get it coming back again. That's why I was actually rather pleased to see that this Roco loco is actually a solid chassis underneath, a fixed chassis. Because in theory, it should make the conversion to AC 3-rail that little bit easier. Okay, what do you want to talk about the SECR then? Yes, I'm hoping that's going to be quite an easy conversion. A bit of not quite easier, an easier conversion to 3-rail. It's one I'm not fussed about getting sound in. If we can get sound in it, that'd be amazing. But I'm not. You didn't expect to say yes, did you? Oh, you little face. Yeah, not hoping to get sound in it, but if we just get a decoder in it, get it 3-rail, AC, beautiful. Wonderful. It'd be great to be able to actually use it. Same with the diesel shunter into there, which I might actually try that one first, because I know there's more of those around. I have never seen one of these before. I didn't know those existed, to be honest with you. The shop I had it from had 4 of them originally, but only was one left. The one in which one was from? Okay, don't know why that little. You've got notification. Yes. 14 minutes ago. Well, I did just mention one earlier on. Wash your ears out, boy. Because I actually went to the trouble of telling you which wheels I used on my one. Oh. Got too much soot from riding around the K1, that's it. I think that's the issue. Oak Hill works. I was driving so I couldn't hear. Excuses, Mikey, excuses. Yeah, Oak Hill. Oak Hill Works. Is the place. The Gala Gala. Yes. My fingers were for ages afterwards. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you have showers, you have washes, all the rest of it. You wash hands every time you go to learn everything. My fingers were still black from holding on. I had to hold on to life and I was hanging off the side of the coach that time after that bloke. It's like, can you move so you get other people on? It's like, the carriage is full and the balcony's full. I'm hanging over the edge here, mate. Alright, don't you worry about it. Seems to be a theme of me going on trains with me if I end up hanging off them. On my footplate ride in the Southern Valley, I wasn't when I went on the footplate, they didn't sort of say, stand here, hold on to that, or be aware of when we go over the point, the foot shake's quite violent. No warning at all. Considering, yes, I can rarely train stuff, but not necessarily been on the footplate before. Yeah, I did think you go backwards out of the damn thing. But because I grabbed onto a toolbox that I'm glad was welded to the bunker. I didn't. That would have been a nice little one for them. Yeah, driving a car didn't say a word to me, really. And I didn't get to blow the whistle either, which it says on the thing you entered. Oh well. Might get a barrel and turn a rock trumpet someday. Ah, yeah. Let's put it still the level. Well, spray with you is not bad. Not bad. Yes, so did you get that? Oak Hill Works. Oak Hill Works, yeah? SECR wagons. Why are you getting faster forward than you are over here? I'll turn you down a little bit. I'm on the site right now. Excellent. Yes, I found that the open one with like the curved tops to it, the Dapol wheels went into it and span really well. And I used the couplings from that as well. But what are you going slow for? You were going too fast a minute ago, just before the tree started. Now you're going too slow. So all those that reckon it was going to go off at least once tonight, you got your wish. Fine, tear around the light. But yeah. See if we it. We'll leave that one be again for a minute. I'll have a drink. Really stopping it as well. So, yeah. I've got a cut plan made for the upcoming layout. Had it checked over by our Continental European modeller across the pond, Anthony Dodge, Knight of the Rhomboid Table, Model Train Outsider, and round generally good stuff. And he says it's fine. Some bits and trackies not used before in amongst it all. I've worked out I can get a 2-row filler yard over there, or staging yard. I did prefer the American term staging yard, I've got to admit. A bit more. The filler yard sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? But yeah, right to go over there. And we'll be capable of putting in trains of at least 2 coaches of the big coaches. Obviously in era 3, which is roughly where I'm aiming for, with some outside, not really aiming for an era at all, to be honest with you. But loco wise, a lot of them are going to be era 3, 4, because it's where the steam engines are. With some other exceptions, but yeah, the smaller coaches probably get 4 maybe in there, at least 3. It all depends again on the size of engine as well. The smaller the loco pulley, the more coaches you can have, so on the road. Won't feature a run around. It will have need of a station pilot, which will also be the shunting engine. Yeah, and it's a toy factory. So yeah, that's all in place. I've got some things items I'd like to try and do worked out. I need a small shunter to do that's not blue, but I'll probably get that sooner than you thought. So line green to you sold out. Probably get a good run line. A good swap. An 01, a C. What's going to be in line? Oh, good run line speaker. 01 Rebramble. Nice and SECR again, in blue. Famously red. I know you're right, it looks beautiful, but Maybe look, I may be considering trying to make a war chest look for my. Tell you look, you go to the south, I'll turn you down, you start crawling. What is your major malfunction, boy? You're not going to be able to swap you out or something. I might be doing the unthinkable and moving on just about all of my UK collection to give myself a little war chest for the return. You never know. Because I've got to be honest, the one outside of going round Bridge North with my mum on Saturday, like post the railway bit, the only real like funny thing that's actually made me feel any sense of joy recently has been things like the Continental Railway. And the fact that, yes, you know, the Japanese will be part of that. And I still have a mind to try and combine those two. I think that's really. But it's going to be my main focus will be on the Honko and the European stuff. So. Why don't you just make it near the camera? Hang on a minute. It's hard to see. So I shall talk as this one goes past. Is it this one here that makes me hard to hear me? If it isn't, then it's the other one. We'll come back to the SECR stuff in a minute, but it's right next to the phone. There's not an awful lot I can do about that unless we don't have the Bavarian tanks anymore. That's what it's going to do. Can I bring Bavarian tanks in closer? No, completely failing everything. Okay. Let's get this sorted out beforehand. I think that's too low now. Okay. So, is that any better? With this now it's passing behind you. Any better? Definitely better. Righto. Right. You can go as well now. Cool. And even better still, I've managed to still maintain our Bavarian tank interlude. Wait for it just appearing on one side. Yeah, it's kind of strange considering the camera's actually closer to it. Well, there's a treat with an extra Bavarian tank moment for you. So, yes. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if that's one of the ones I'm going to be keeping or not, the SECR bits. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Because What I really should be doing as well, I should be doing. Yeah, I poured that drink. No, thank you. So, there we are. Yeah, it's got you for a reason. You can use them. I think you get old. There's nothing to get old, does it? Have to wait for like more people. There we are. That's better. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'll still need to make a decision on it or not. But yeah, it really has been quite happy that to be thinking about the European stuff, because it's not just German stuff. It's French, Belgium, Swiss, Austrian. I've been looking at French. Was it French or French? Yes, French, Belgium. Don't think any Spanish yet or Italian. There's a couple of Polish. It's just mostly it depends what models are available on Lipper when I'm scrolling through. But of course, it all depends on if I need to, more than anything, I guess, because I don't need to. If you don't, I'll do the story. So it depends on my choice. Because obviously I need at least 2 locomotives. One to pull the train and one to release it. Now you're going too quickly again. Calm yourself down. There is a HO USA tank, a HO S160. I don't know if there wasn't a HO Austerity of any of the kinds. There might be a Dutch one for the 210 or 280 as well. I'm not sure that was HO. I think that must be double loaded, but nothing Dutch style. There are HO versions of things out there, but they're mostly in kit form and that. They're being good, I couldn't comment on. Yeah, I'm not really looking to get many, if any, British. That seems to be totally counterintuitive almost. But I have mentioned it might be fun to at least have a carrier, if it can be, because that's the only thing. The other thing, of course, to remember is even if they were made ready to run, much like the Bavarian tank here, is can they be converted to 3-rail? I don't know if this can or not. If they can't be converted to 3-rail, then there'd be no point at all there. But I didn't mention my compiled carrier because Oak Hill himself actually told me that I believe it was 90 Brighton visited France. Oh, did it do 90 miles an hour? Might have done 90 miles an hour, but I know it did a heck of a speed on the French main line. I do think it might be quite fun to have that, but that's a way off into the future. When you're looking at the price of engines that I'm seeing in the past couple of days, British engines as niceties are well down the list. In fact, I was looking at one today that had an RRP of over £1,000. Fortunately, the shop had done it for a little bit less. It's still I think it's over €1,000, and it came down to 900 and something euro, I think it was, or 800 euro, and it was like 700 and something by the time it got to UK pounds, British pounds. which is, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. You want a hell of a model though. Oh wow, what an engine. Oh, amazing. So, yeah. That one was a BR52, I want to say, Class 52, 210, what most people know as a Kriegslock locomotive. Kriegslock, yeah, Kriegslock, yeah, the war engine. And the company began with a G. It runs in here, I really say. What's that? I think it's like Gutfold or something like that. Gutfold, maybe? Gutfold? Gutfold? I don't know, I'm not butchering German. But yeah, it would be absolutely gorgeous, no doubt. But yeah, forever. £700 for one engine would be quite something, especially when you've got add your €9.90 shipping, then get 20% out now and add it to it as your import. Well done, Brexit. You know, there's many more things Brexit did wrong, caused to happen wrong apart from importing model trains, but just one more thing, you know. So 3-rail, good question. So 3-rail is a very good question, because I mean I'd be able to fit that with the DCT system off we go. Basically, there is a reliability in 3-rail that you don't get in 2. There's more points of contact with the rails. Also, and the biggest thing is using the track you see ahead of you, in front of you, the C-track, but the American version of it, various accessories and things can be plugged directly into it and operate still. Well, you know, they can decode the power up. So, for example, turnouts. You get them turn out with the motor, with the board on it already, which already has the clever thing that you can move the jumper over and make the front live or insulated, just for the jumper. But you can also buy the motor, put the clip onto it, buy the decoder, plug it into it, plug it into your track. That's now wired in. Note, there were no other actual wires run for any control or power. It's all done through the track. So, my DCC system and my wiring for my layout possibly sans a couple of buildings and that, with street lights and everything. The wiring for my actual running track though will be that many wires. So, and I'll be able to power signals and all sorts of etc. with those. So it's the reliability of running and the and the way the track works. I mean, a bonus is, and of course, you know, I'm going to go American with most of my stuff. I mean, locos, I'll get Pico, that's German Pico, P-I-K-O. Learn it well, Anthony. Then Brava and so on. I don't mind getting those from them because, you know, but the control system I'm going to be going for, you know, if I need to go beyond the mobile station 2, it's going to be the central station 3. So I'll stick with American all through. American control, American track, American motos. It should all work together very nicely. Is the MFX decoders, where so you get your DCC controller, you've got your loco, you get to put a chip in it, put the body back on, put it all together, put it on your track, plug it all in, it starts up and it goes, okay, here's enough loco used. You can't do anything with that until you select number 3 and start. And if you've already got number 3, you need to program something else, or you need to change it away from the 3 to something else. This one and then put it in what it is and stuff like that, depending on what you control you've got. This system is an NFX decoder, plugs the controller in, it starts with the stop button activated, so just allow it's got the kill switch on it. I put my loco as an NFX decoder on the track, I press the stop button, and it goes, oh, the controller goes, oh, there's a new NFX decoder on this track, what are you? And loads the information in, it'll come up with what it is, load up its profile, and it'll go, what's your next available address? That one. That's now the loco's address. As far as you're aware, it's going to, what, about a minute, 2 minutes, if that. Just watching your screen, then you're playing with it. No having to load up options and settings. You can do that later and adjust the settings, the CVs and that. But yeah, you literally enter on the track and it emulates your playing with it. So that's another advantage. How much roughly to DCC a point? Well, I did look at this earlier on. The truth is, I looked at it for a point that comes. The double slips, the American double slips come pre-motorised. You can operate them manually still, the motor and there by those. But the decoder is about €30, £30 or so, yeah. So, you know. But it literally, you get it and plug it in. It's done. So yeah. This is why I've had to put some thoughts in it, so I'm glad I've got a week to cool off. Because, I mean, 2 days time, Wednesday, will be a week on from when I decide to do Continental at all. Thursday will be a week on from when I decide to go 3 rail racing. So, with that being said, I have had a week to cool off. I can't do anything until I get paid. I can't get my set. I'm doing it 250 stars about £90. Oh yeah, where are you getting the decoders from? And the motor. That's interesting. You can do a whole point motorised for £5.90. And of course you do have your wiring done as well, and your soldering. Things I won't have to do. I'm living the life of the plug and play. That's why I run Cato, or Cato first. You get used to saying Cato. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, very much looking forward to this easier life. I think after recent experiences, all deserve it. Yeah, so I've had that week to cool off. I can't do anything until I get paid anyway. The set I am serves an Arduino. And is that then DCC controlled then? You asked me how much it was to DCC a point. So it's an Arduino. So where are you getting your DCC decoder from then? Because surely you have to DCC your Arduino or something. I mean, by the way, don't take this as me going, oh, your system's rubbish. No, I'm just saying this is why, this is all answering the question why I chose 3-rail. Because obviously mine's going to be plug it in, no having to line up the bits to look through the track and make sure you know, put that down and everything. So I'm going to throw it onto that light one. Okay. Yeah, so I might have to do all that as well. I'm looking forward to this a lot. The more I talk about it, the more I'm happy with it. But yes, so um, the set isn't even in stock at Liquor in a minute, so I'll put the order in today for one. Then yeah, we'll have to see what happens. But the it's pre-programmed assemble low cost quality. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean the assembly though. You have to line up your point blades, the tie bar with your servo, the pole from the servo is moving, don't you? You got to line that up somehow. So again, there's something else I won't have to do in mind, but yeah. It's different horses, different courses, that's why different options exist, of course. So as I say, I'm not saying yours is the wrong way and this is the right way. Just that, as I say, you're answering your question about why I went through that. No headaches. Oh, different headaches. Not no headaches, just different headaches. But what was I saying? I was saying something. I think now. But yeah, so I am looking forward to it. It's going to make life very different. In North, the engines are more expensive, but they come with a lot more in the way of features, bells and whistles, as it were. The first set, that's right. Yeah, so we'll order set regardless of it's in stock or not. We'll just see what happens. The first set, the loco isn't sound or smoke. It's just using some figures. It has got an LFX decoder in it, so it has that lovely plug and play ability. And it will get the ball rolling. And that engine is going to become a very hard working little engine on this layout because it will probably be the first station pilot. Class 74, 260 tank engine. And a top speed of 50 miles an hour. So, yeah. I just realised we said we're going to get another engine out, didn't we? Anything you mean at all? Thou shouldn't say at all. There we go. Right, there we go. So now we have a C11 264 tank and 4 coach trains. I think more people watching when I was having the big struggle last week. Now I've got trains running, no one comes to see. Apart from Jake and one other person. If it's who I think it is, you may be enjoying the varying Epoch 1 loco moving up and down there. Does that answer your question, then? Why 3 rail? I mean, the third row you don't really notice. It's a series of nudge down the middle of the track. Not a full third row like the old Jubilo or anything like that. Excellent. Well, okay, so let's look at your end adventure. Yes. I think, well, that fourth rail, I cannot, now, for those who do it, brilliant for them, excellent, wonderful choice, brilliant choice, but I can't imagine anything more boring than modelling London Underground. We can do a big model of London Underground if you like. Right, here we go. There's the train. Gone. There's the train. Gone. Oh, it's back again. Now you don't get that on every stream, eh? A live depiction of the London Underground. This train's going south a river. Next stop, Mornington Crescent. Red panniers. No, now red panniers. Red panniers are a bit more interesting. And of course they don't need 4 rails, so do they? And welcome, Rolling Wheels. Rolling Wheels Japan. Is that JPN? Japan? That looks like Gigi in your picture there. Am I right? And you're not spotted. You're not spotted. We have a new person. Hello. Yes, the I'll rephrase then. Yes, we'll say that the actual underground trains themselves, the bits that need the 4th rail, I would find quite a lot more boring. The steam engine side, very nice. The Metropolitan stuff. But yeah. Red panniers. But if we all like the same thing, of course, it'd be a very boring world, wouldn't it? Just think, we'll end up liking Pacers. While I was at Tony's, I was looking at the Net 1 models, yes. Yes, they were a great source of temptation always, just because they were so nice. I don't think we're going to be seeing him tonight. I'm not sure how he took that in, because he booked a driver experience on one for £15 at Rushton, I think it. And they made the usual comments about it, and he sent me a message saying, you know, basically, yeah, he's saying, oh, joke, I know we joke about the Pacers, but you know, it's like, I'm not joking about them. I'm deadly serious, you know. Hope you have a good time. I'm glad you're excited for it, but they were awful. And I did, but to be fair, I did then go on to say that my own first locomotive trials, the Class 31, they're awful. They're known for being woefully underpowered and pretty dangerous at high speed on the ride. Once you get them there. You know, so I did then point out that. So, you know, neither of us had a very good start. Well, first loco drives. But, you know, it'd be like in Japan, with all the DD54 is ranked similarly. I mean, imagine being so obnoxiously loud that you cause someone to go into labour early, you know. And then you spend the rest of your time breaking down. But, yes. After the services, they were okay, so they couldn't go around and do things. I was up to 31s. very cringing about that, yeah. And the thing is, I've already been over it with the food places about places for them, you know, just sort of say, you know, they did play a very important role. They kept a lot of stations open that otherwise would have been closed. But they were one of those stopgaps that went on way too long. And the people of the southwest and the northeast paid the price for it. Unlike the HST, which was a stopgap that went on really long, but was actually a pretty good train still. I've been told by an old driver who'd driven 31s, you know, he just said, you know, this class 31, you should open the throttle to not 2, go and have your dinner, and by the time you get back, it may start moving. I'm not supposed to put the trains in, so that's fine, that's fine. And I do question if you actually need to see me at all. Does this improve the stream at all? Or not? But, yeah, you know, there's a lot of engines that gain a big following that they really don't deserve, isn't there? Like Paces of one. Flying Scotsman. I mean, sorry, did I say that or not? No. That was something I was pondering earlier on. Was leader. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it worked. And apparently managed to hold 80 mile an hour and it was taking another Monte car back to its base. But yeah, I mean, I'd had the U1 Garrett, the Garrett's in general, yeah, that's true. Neither was experimental, yeah. But I was wondering about this culture that's growing in the UK heritage scene, particularly if I'm noticing. I was shown someone told me to go look at the cam at Gromont with Snyder Gresley in there. And the platform was absolutely full. Absolutely rammed on a Monday. Right? Now, it's not about people, this isn't a comment about people taking a day off to do it. Yeah, they're more entitled to do what they want with their days off, you know. It's this, I've not known it like this before. Except for Mallard. You know, you see the footage of Mallard in 86 to 88 when it got about people, there were lots of people there. But it wasn't every place it went. It seems to have started with Flying Scotsman. Great progress indeed. A wonderful, wonderful video, that one. First railway video I ever had. John Huntley, was it, that presented it? He wrote it as well, I believe. He did that one, the one Victorian trains as well. Victorian Railways, which is quite interesting. Showed a lot of old films from the era. So I'm sure from those 1910s. But anyway, yes, you know, this sort of creating a craze, almost a false craze around certain engines. You know, Flying Scotsman was the first one there, so I see this now, the Gravity as well, so you have the Blue Barrel. That is fantastic for the railway, you know, it's set out massively. I do fear for, you know, people shoving and pushing on the platform at this, but that's up to the railway to manage. I can't control that, of course. But then you get an engine like Royal Scot, which is the last of, well, it's not actually Royal Scot either, is it? But technically, is it Scots Dragoon? Royal Scot is technically, because basically the one that went to America never got changed back from Royal Scot. It stayed, unlike Douglas Hamilton, which played Coronation and got changed back to Hamilton. Royal Scot carried on being not Royal Scot, carried on being Royal Scot, and yeah, the actual Royal Scot was scrapped. But you know, it's one of only two members of the class left, and that and Bahamas, the year before last at the West Valley Gala, no one near him. No, the people near them, it wasn't to the level that I'm seeing with Flying Scotsman goes, or Nigel Grosley is, or some of these other engines are. It's just like, interesting. But yeah, it's like, oh, no, that's true. Batman started to show some interest in them, didn't they? They did the coal tank, the Super D, lots of the Midland engines, the 1P being the last of them, I think. And obviously then there is the rails. I believe it's that the rails commissioned. But yes, it's just because they never swapped identities back. Because I think, ironically, Dr. Hamilton does actually have Coronation as boiler, if I remember rightly. I'm sure so it's got some component from Coronation actually on it now. It's done like nothing that's in there. But yes, the Aston had a mess. You got the Aston 242, wasn't there? The LMI 242. The coal tank and Super D. The precedent, if we count it. 4F, 3F, GT, 1F, compound. That was largely it, wasn't it? Because crew would never make a mistake. Yeah, oh, I think, you know, these things happen. They were machines, weren't they? They were tools to use. And it was a case of, right, do you know what? The frames for that one aren't ready yet, but the boiler is. So the boiler for that one isn't ready, but the frames are. Same class, get that boiler on that engine, get it out. Get it out the door, get it earning money again. You know, it probably happens more than a lot of people would be comfortable knowing it happens. Which is why I do push back when people go against Flying Scotsman. Oh, what's the only original bit? One of the bolts. It's like, what's the original bit on any of these bloody engines? You know, why is Flying Scotsman the only one that gets picked on? It's a working component, it's a working machine. These are operational components. They wear out over time. It's natural. Everything wears out over time. You know, especially when you look at the mileage that those things are doing. Scotsman did have an A4 boiler for quite a while, yes, and they took it off, put a A3 one on, and sold the A4 boiler. I think it's going to go on Bitten, but Bitten it got sold to. Because the saying are, and there's about to get mad on these things. Yeah, I think for me, if there's a component that would have been replaced anyway during its active life, it doesn't count. You know, in making it non-authentic, it's like swapping onto another topic, almost a little bit, or another genre of interest for people. Um, is armored fighting vehicles, right? You got the Tiger tank at Bovington, and they said, well, you know, we don't run it often to preserve the components necessarily. I mean, let's face it, those things were a maintenance nightmare and new. But they said, oh, we could have the bits made so we could swap it, but then how authentic would the vehicle be? Well, if it's something, again, so I'll come back to this one, you know, the segue or link is if it's something that would have been replaced because it wears out when it gets used, that's not the one it was built with anyway then. You know, or, you know, it's something that would have been replaced at some point anyway. If you feel so strongly about it, put the bits you take off to one side, and then if it ever goes on permanent static display again, you put them all back in again, and it's 100% as it came to you. I don't know, but yeah. So I see Scotsman like that. The bits it's had replaced, they wore out for a reason. Obviously, there were tons of bodge repairs on that thing over time, and they had to fix all that. I think the biggest thing that stopped them down was the communication, isn't there? They really think, I think they just said, look, it's had a rough life since leaving VR ownership, one way or another, and yeah. Exactly, rolling wheels, exactly. Yeah. Or if I'd prefer it to places to say, look, we'd really just rather not spend the money using it or whatever. Okay, respect that. You're a museum, you're trying to keep everything preserved here in good condition. You knock yourself out, kids. You know, do what you do what's best for the collection as a whole, not at the expense of one engine or one tank or one plane or one boat or one whatever. You know. So. But yeah, I'm just wondering what makes this weird sort of. And I can't help feeling the railways are encouraging this a little bit with the running days. Like today, Snyder Grossing was the only engine running on the North York Moors. You think another train? You know, you can only board Gresley if you've got Gresley tickets, and you crowd control the station at that point. You know, don't let people onto the platform without. You've got to put someone on the door. It takes time to get them on, but yeah. The minute this platform is closed, everyone but those with grocery tickets. Grocery comes in, picks them up, off we go. And a normal service week on a DMU in between it. But it just makes it that bit more exclusive as well by not doing that. Did I see the Thomas locos at Stratford? Eh? I didn't see them. See the Thomas locos at Stratford? No. No, not seen those. Yeah. They were interesting, aren't they? Well, hopefully the kids had a good time. Hopefully the kids had a good time. I've gone for an effort to make it look like James then. No, I'm not looking at much for the stat hole. I'm still, yeah, needing out a break. But yeah, you know, just wonder, wonder or not. Anyway, because like, I mean, in value when Scotland was there, I couldn't even go along and have a platform ticket where I would just go and wander around the yard. Just found a bit weird. Like, I'm willing to come and spend money. I'd probably have a drink and food in the shop, in the cafe, and probably buy something in the shop or whatever, but alright. Yeah, but, you know, hopefully it's working out for them. With these day events, but hey. Yeah. We'll go to the half past, folks. I was only going to go for an hour, but we're at 20 past, so we might as well do it for 10 minutes. This DB54 is driving me a little bit insane, so I'm going to take it off and put on another loco there. What should we have? What should we have? What should we have? I think we'll change the custom on that one. Have another lesser spotted diesel on here. This is the DF50, which is powered by a Softer engine. And actually sounds a lot like a Class 24. It would be once the box has behaved itself, once we put the lid back on. All the best are. Class 40? No, I just said the DF50. Oh dear. At the end of next month, there is a Special sets coming with 2 of those in the box and a big limestone frame for them to pull. There we are. The new ones will be in red, a bit like the DG54 was. Which is next month, yeah. According to Plaza, which is not where I've got them ordered, but the place I have got them ordered just says the month. Plaza gives me the 31st of, hang on, yes, because the Yakimo 8 car releases on the 31st of this month, next Monday. And then the DS50 double set and limestone train release on the 31st of April. And then it is the EF66 and the Kangaroo liner, which release on the end of the space of the month after, and then the C57 180 Symphonics and the Train for Its Pull are at the end of that month. So everything's sort of at the end of each month. It's not, yeah, I've had to rejig my spreadsheet for that. So I had them coming out sooner. Well, just in case, you know. In terms of the week, well, tomorrow it's contacting the doctor. And then just trying to get my headspace back very quickly. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Yakimo train launching. That's going to be nice. I've got to be pretty irritated at it. Look forward to that coming through. It's a really nice train, I think, the prototype. Era 6 one, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, if they do a model of that, I'm having it. So naturally, I got the 8 car limited edition one coming because it was like, yeah, I'm having that. Which is interesting, you can still reserve on the site I get from, which is Hobby Search. You can still reserve the Yakimo. Last time I looked, you can't reserve the DS50, so it's sold out of their allocation code. I thought it was interesting to see where people are buying. You know, era-wise. Yeah. Even a Bavarian tank engine. Again, we've got 5 minutes to go. It is funny. No, all three together. Timing, eh? Timing. It's fine, runs well. Oh, have you got one that doesn't run well? Sorry to hear that if you have. Yeah, I've been really surprised, really pleased with the running of this. I'm hoping to convert it to 3-rail AC at some point in the future. I'm not going to rush to do it. Going down the air cleaner route. Well, let's keep going because it don't. That's the river off the BR18. Oh, it's a shame about the BR18 as well. That's a fine locomotive. Fine locomotive otherwise. It runs by the central water. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I mean, I'm only running this off a gauge after combi. Whether that helps at all or not, but and in case anyone was thinking it, I did consider just doing Japan for my Continental, if you were to read Continental model, it would be in there, wouldn't it? If, the Japanese Airline. I've considered that, the thought did pop up again today. But, no, I am really stoked for this mainland European project. I've got the crossover, so I'm going to stand up and get a bit close to the camera because we want to see your little picture there. I'm sure that is Gigi, isn't it? From Kiki's Delivery Service. Well, in our final minute, I shall quickly say that one of the ideas is with most of the collection will be German engines, let's face it. There's a lot of German engines get made. So it makes sense to make the scenery Germanic. And of course, Kiki's Delivery Service is such a rather Germanic looking country. Building style anyway. I thought that it'd be fun to put the bakery in and try and make the sign, even if I take a screenshot from the film or something and print it out and carefully cut it out and put it in the window. So that might be kind of fun. But yes, there's also a nice crossover with my Japanese interests as well. Yeah. So your VR18 would be fine on this layout then when it happens, because apart from that it'd be 2-rail. I assume that yours is 2-rail. Because I don't think I'm going to have room for more than... There's a big coach, so I don't do room for more than 2, it's fine. I've got them worked out to around 30 centimetres, so I think they're just under the biggest coaches I could find. Yeah, big engine and two big coaches and about within it. Yeah. Well, folks, it has been fun. I think it's been fun. We've had multiple trains. We've had 5 different locomotives, 5 different locos and trains. We've also had the E253, the C11, the F50, the K-Bay, and the DD54. I think we've done well. Right. Well, time for me to turn into a pumpkin. So I'm going to say, take care, stay safe and be well. Thanks for watching. Good night. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good stuff. time, depending when you're watching this. And I'll see you all in another video or stream. Bye for now.
Again, I'm going to have to get uncomfortably close as I come in to end this.